Hi guys, I thought I'd do a tutorial on professional form validation. The reason being, I do get a lot of questions about form validation and the best ways to do it, and I always tell people the method that I'm just about to show you. Sometimes you'll go onto a website and you'll either register or fill out some kind of form, and when it's validated, you'll be sort of displayed a error at the top saying these are the fields you need to fill out. This is probably the best way to do it. This is the way I always do it, because if you're taking your user onto another page and saying you forgot to fill out these fields, or you forgot to fill out a field, you're not specifying the fields they forgot to fill out, and then you're taking them back and they have to click back in their browser, and it's really annoying. So the way I'm going to show you now is the best way to carry out form validation with regards to sort of a professional look and a professional sort of way it works. And we're going to be using a single page submission. So whatever we type into this form is going to link back to formvalidation.php to be the data to be analysed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an HTML form. A lot of you will probably already know how to do this. My method is just going to be post. You can choose, and I'm going to link this back to formvalidation.php, and let's just end the form there. Okay, so say we want the name filled out. Let's give an input box, text, and the name, that's just going to be name, and then we'll maybe have a name, let's say email if I can type. Let's just copy this down just to save time, and that's going to be email. And then we're also going to have let's just say message. Break that text area there, and in that text area. Okay, we're going to bring that up and we're going to give that a name. That's going to be a message. Okay, so we've got our form here, not forgetting our submit button. Now this name equals submit is quite important, so make sure you call it at least something, but for now I'll just follow this tutorial, call it submit, and we're just going to say we'll just say send. Okay, just presuming this is sort of like a contact form or something like that. I'm not going to take you into the functionality when this form has been validated successfully. I'm just going to show you how to validate this properly. Okay, so we've got our form here. Let's just presume we've got a header up here, so we'll say h1 for the header, and let's just say contact us. Okay, so I'm going to save that out, bring this back up, and we've got our form there. Okay, so this is our form. Now what I want to do is I want to click on send, and this is going to take us back to this page, and here I want a message to appear to say which fields have or haven't been filled out. Now if you're not going to if you don't understand me at this point, you will a bit later on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I can embed my PHP code inside my HTML code, I'm going to put my PHP code where I want this to be shown, and that's here. Okay, so if I just save that out and refresh that, you can see that here is where I want my validation message. Obviously I'm going to have sort of like another paragraph break there to split this down a bit, but my message here is going to display if the form has been successful or unsuccessful, and then I'm going to show which fields are missing. So we're dynamically sort of showing which fields are missing and which aren't. And I'm going to open up my PHP tag and close my PHP tag, and inside I'm going to say if $_post submit. That means has the submit button been pressed, which is name submit. Whatever this is called is going to go in here because we're getting the post value of that. And then we open up our block of code with curly brackets, and inside all we're going to say is we're going to get the form data, and we've got our name, we've got our email, and we've got our message. So these three are just going to be $_post name, and $_post email, and the same for this one, but obviously we're using the message variable name. Okay, now what we need to do is I'm going to create something called an error string, and I'm going to set that equal to nothing for now. That's the default value of error string. Okay, and underneath here I'm going to use a series of if statements to determine whether this exists, then if this exists, then if this exists, and that's about it, because that's our 3 fields. Obviously if you have more fields you can add more if statements. All I'm going to do is going to say if name, or if no name rather, then I'm going to say error string equals error string dot, and then here I'm going to write name br. Now what we're really doing is we're taking this error string here and we're saying error string is whatever's contained within the error string, and we're going to append on name and br, so we're appending sort of HTML code, if you like, inside this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste that down, okay, and I'm going to change this to email, and again I'm going to change this to email, and I'm going to change this to message, and obviously I'm going to change this to message. So we're checking for our 3 fields. If they don't exist, so if exclamation mark name, that means doesn't exist name, or equals null, which is 0, or null, then we are appending onto our error string name in relation to this, email in relation to this, message in relation to this. And the reason being is these are the I mean, we can take out, I've just spelled error string wrong here, I've just noticed that. Okay, we can take our error string and we can say if the error string is if there's something contained within the error string, so remember we start off with nothing in the error string. If something is contained within the error string, then this must be missing, this must be missing, or this must be missing. And we're going to have that inside that error string, so we're going to have the HTML code in there ready to echo out. So in the next part of the tutorial I'm going to come down here and I'm going to make another if statement to check if the error string does have content, meaning that an error has occurred and that something is missing, and then what we're going to do is we're going to echo out what fields are in fact missing. So in the next part of the tutorial I'll show you how to do that. Thanks for watching.